Greetings, New World Weavers. As promised on the earlier status, this is the video. Um, I probably look a bit tired because I am. Didn't get to bed till 4 o'clock this morning, and then the phone went off at 9 o'clock. I was like, oh. And it's been manic ever since, one way or another. I've spoken to, I think, 3 or 4 of you this morning, and you've all confirmed and see exactly the same thing that I'm seeing. I've jokingly said I'm going to open the equivalent of a McDonald's drive-through, which would be a fly-through for birds. It's a case of, do you want a side order of grapes with that? The birds know something is up. They seem to be breeding like crazy at the moment. I'm guessing it's safety in numbers for what's coming. That's what I really want to talk about tonight. We've got 6 months basically, and you are all in one form or another are going to get basically a tsunami of downloads. I would expect at the end of this you will have your 360 senses fully operational. You will have a full set of memories of every past life. This is the way it seems to be going. Some of you are already on this quite an advanced stage in this path. But last night I was a little bit disappointed and upset because we've lost a member who didn't take the advice of another member of the group, or well, not so much member, let's say of the Soul family. You really all need to protect yourself from the dark energy, the demonic black magic, because it is getting rather jittery, and it will try and get to each and every one of us in one form or another. The person involved unfriended me and has left the group, and I could see a black cloud surrounding their face. I didn't get angry or retaliate to what was said to me, basically accusing me of being false and being of the evil side. And I said, well, actions speak louder than words. I hold no ill feeling towards you, and I will show to you through actions that I am not of the evil side, because we all have a choice which way we go. We can either be self-serving or we can be benevolent, which you all know anyway. But yeah, you are all going to start seeing, feeling, experience things like never before. You want to know who you are? Well, you will. As a general guide, I would say whatever you feel most drawn to, whether it's ancient Egypt, Atlantis, Mayan civilization, whichever one or whatever you feel drawn to, that is your soul, your heart, brain is telling you. The memories will start coming back, I'm sure of it. So it's a case of sit back and enjoy the roller coaster ride, but it's not going to be doom and gloom for us, for certain. The ones that are not going to get through this for a start are going to be the ones that cling on to the old belief systems, which are all false. Doesn't matter what religion it is the antithesis of spirituality. None of it will make any sense because it's not designed to make sense. It's the equivalent of going down rabbit holes. It's the same as this. Locally, we've got this proposal of this new northern bypass, and it's almost like a blueprint of everything, because trying to figure out a solution that pleases everybody is near impossible. But of course it's designed that way. It's yet another divide and conquer on an environmental issue and a traffic problem in 3D. Lovely distraction, like so many of the other things. Oh, I get sent so many links to things you would not believe. This wretched Tommy Robinson and the Yellow Vest movement, the sort of backlash reaction to the immigration into each country. It's all distraction. Just stay neutral to the whole lot, because it's all designed to get us to pick one side or another, and it is all divide and conquer. The only thing you owe anybody, or the only thing you owe, is what is to yourself, and it is very much doing the inner work. As I'm sure most of you already know, this spiritual journey is all about going within, because that is where all the answers are, and we are going to get through this for definite. I'm hoping some other people on the friends list who are part of the Soul family, I really hope that they're going to be up to speed. I'm being very particular who I'm adding to the group, and I'm going to just ask all of you, because if you feel someone is ready to come into this group, then please do add them. We're all, none of us have all the answers. I don't come with a book with it all written out. I'm having to go through all these experiences the same as everybody else. I don't have the answers. If anything, I keep the mind clear, and it just comes as spiritual downloads. And it's can be exhausting at times. I after this morning, I had to close off, and if you look on the wall, you'll see I've produced a meal which 90% of it was produced homegrown. It's all a learning curve. I've never cooked or never grown white beetroot before, and lovely, almost indistinguishable from potatoes once they're cooked. I know there's the whole thing with the raw food as well, but I'm having to juggle with things for my mother. There's a lot of things she can't eat, so I mean, I'd quite happily do curries and put 14 ultra hot chilies in, but she obviously can't. I can't. That's not fair on her, so I won't do that. Still, I digress. But yeah, awesome day. I'm sure most of you have seen on my wall Mr. Tails, the male blackbird. I put raisins out, and it's like, well, I want grapes, and I can understand when it's a really hot day. It keeps them hydrated. There's also cherries, chopping those up for them into big sized pieces, shall we say. And it's all about giving back to nature, and I'm enjoying this learning. I certainly really appreciate the food that much more that you grow yourself, because you put the time and the effort in. Particularly if you're in a male body, it's planting the seeds, but then it's not just planting the seeds and forget about them. You've got to nurture those seeds and help protect them, help them grow. Pretty much the same as in 3D with children. And this is another big issue. Unfortunately, my three children are not at all awake. I have to face the reality of they probably aren't going to make it. But balanced against that, I've got a daughter back from a previous life, and she's got exactly the same hand markings. It's instant recognition, same with the mother. And she only lives 10 minutes walk away, which seems to be why I'm being held in this area. Like I've said to some of you before, and I think I might have said it on a video, we seem to be geographically positioned over these junctions of ley lines, and I think that is really going to start coming into play soon. When they talk about this polarity shift, keep bearing in mind where basically energy and magnets, whereas it's coming in this way. You imagine when it reverses and starts coming up through the soles of our feet and into us, and then what can we do with it? Well, we cannot hold on to anger or hatred or anything like that. We could, whatever gifts you've got, we don't want to be responsible for the demise of innocent people caught in the crossfire, or animals, or anything else. As far as I can see, this 98% of humanity is going to perish. That is going to leave the 1% that are going to get through this on the good side, and then the 1% of the pure evil, which I don't think we've even got to worry about either. I think Mother Earth or something has something in mind, and I think the dark side are very aware of this. This is why you've got this sudden surge in this rollout of 5G, the chemtrailing, and so on, all the negative things you'll see over and over again on Facebook. But it's a very fine line. It's like what do we do? I see this as a game of chess. Uh, I think for benevolent reasons, it's trying to get people aware. Maybe I am wasting my time, but I think from doing it for benevolent reasons, it's a numbers game. The more people we can hopefully get to a position where they are of benevolence and sending out unconditional love, the better. Um, that's just my personal take on it. You may not agree, but I'd like to think that we've got to the stage now we can all agree to disagree if we don't see things quite the same way, and it's the common goal of the soul family is far more important than the minute details. That saying about the devil is always in the detail immediately comes to mind with this. Oh, another nice thing I got a free mug. Look, the best things in life are always free, and I thought that's a really nice gift to get. Um, as a friend of my mother said, oh, I've got a present for you, and then presented me with this, and so it's lovely. So I've got apple juice in here at the moment. No, pineapple juice I've got at the moment. But yeah, we're going to get through this. How long we got so far? I can't even see the time on this. Oh, 11:22. How about that? What for another number sequence? Maybe that's another confirmation sign. I've noticed also not just this address, but the adjoining roads. Again, they have meaning, and it seems that everything has meaning, from the freckles on your skin, the moles on your skin, the floaters in your eyes. It's what makes us individuals, and I think before long we're all going. It's going to become so much more apparent. I mean, the tree rings are basically the human equivalent is the lines on your hands. Mine are totally different, and I'm sure if you look at your hands, you will find they're not symmetrical. I'm not saying with everybody, because we're more than just a soul family. There's Everybody focuses on this dark side and being shapeshifted and things, but what about the light side? There's always an equal and opposite with the light side as well. So that's something maybe to think about. You know deep down within inside yourself how you feel and what you identify with, and what is also becoming apparent as well is again, you get these posts on Facebook. I think it was somebody like Keanu Reeves, and then an old photograph, and it's like, yeah, that does look exactly like Keanu Reeves with a slightly different hairstyle and obviously the Victorian clothing. So I think you will find that you will look pretty much the same, and always have done. And some of you that I've spoken to, um, I've sort of identified and say, look, this is you as you were before, or how I remember you. And okay, some of them are artists' impressions, but the general consensus with some of these uh, figures, these famous names, they generally look along a similar line. They're not radically different. So again, but again, it's what you feel drawn to. Um, that's the that is the thing. It's the gut feeling, and I'd say go with that on everything. But yeah, buckle up and enjoy the ride. I think, and well, I can't say see you on the other side yet, but we're going to be in for a bit of a roller coaster ride, and it's always with this awakening you go through a lot of almost like a living hell, but it's nice to see the other side of it. I'm so grateful to have gone through the anxiety and depression and be able to help other people with that, because I can empathise rather than just sort of, well, I've got the idea what it's like, but I've not been through it. I have been through it, and yeah, it is horrible, but hey, look, I've come out the other side. And you think back to, say, the 1970s, those of you of similar age to me, all the E numbers and things we had in foods, and these physical bodies have survived all that, and we're intended to get through these things. We really are. So keep your energy levels high. Don't be dragged down by negative vibrations, and we'll get through this. You know, we really will. Hand on heart, I'm saying this from, or speaking from the heart as well. So that's it for this video, and please do leave your comments, and anybody got any advice on how to protect yourself, because some may not be, we're all at different stages, so, and I want everybody to sort of contribute into this. This is collective. That is one thing. It's benevolence. It's mutually beneficial. It's not me telling you this is how it is, or any one of us. None of us should be on a pedestal. We're all equal in this. I don't want people following me. I want you to stand beside me. I'm quite happy to stand in front and defend you, but not if you're going to just follow me. I want you to be brothers and sisters united. That's just my personal take on it anyway. So anyway, thank you for listening, and do leave some comments. Thanks very much.